once again to the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. As always, I am your host, Matt Brandon, bringing you all professional wrestling's news, notes, innuendos, and whatever else we can come up with in this wonderful world we call professional wrestling. Folks, happy frickin' Saturday to everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. I can tell you where I'm at. It is hot as Hades right now. That's up here in the Lou. I think it's hot down in the CSRA as well. Right now, I've said it's definitely Carolina hot up here. All right. Humidity, sticky, smelly. I went to Sam's and Walmart earlier. Very smelly. Okay. That's just is what it is. And hell, that might have just been me. So anyway, welcome. Happy Saturday. Or maybe not so happy Saturday. Okay. My whole plan here, what I was going to do was, and I told you guys, no show yesterday. We did our little Facebook machine live. Everything went fine, whatever. And I told you that today was a show. No matter what, we would get it in. And I couldn't wait to give you TNA news. Well, you're not getting any TNA news because the TNA app is still messed up. And I am not blaming TNA. I'm not blaming TNA Plus. I'm blaming me. I'm blaming my oldness. I'm blaming the fact that things just get screwed up sometimes. All right. But for some reason, my TNA app is not working. I just purchased full-fledged TNA app in June. Reason being is because prior to that, I could get Access TV, so I had access to all the Impact stuff that came on Thursday nights, and TNA ran their pay-per-views through Triller TV, and I was able to get all my stuff through Triller. It worked out fine. I had no issues whatsoever. Well, with the move, we no longer had Access TV, and we made some changes, so I decided not a problem. We'll get the TNA app because honestly, it would be cheaper for the TNA app just because of pay-per-views in general. So we did the TNA Plus app so I could get Impact. Well, obviously, since June, I have been watching my TNA on the TNA app, right? I have watched, 2 pay-per-views now, one of them being freaking Slammiversary. I've watched Impact every single Thursday since the beginning of June, and now all of a sudden, my TNA app doesn't exist. And here's the crazy thing with it. So maybe some of you, out of the 10 of you that watch this, maybe one of you can help me with this. What's crazy is it says, like, I'm logged in, right? And I'm not logged in as a guest. It's showing that I have a membership, that I have a subscription to TNA Plus. Then you click on something that's locked, and it won't let you in. So I've logged out, I've logged back in, I've powered up, I've powered down. Hell, I even tried to buy it again. All right, thinking that maybe I fucked something up. Maybe something got messed up here. So I thought, well, hell, let's just try to buy it again. And I click on it to buy the damn thing again, which sucks, by the way, because let's keep in mind, I'm not a wrestling personality. I am a freaking teacher, and there's not a lot of $160 floating around here. You know what I mean? Extra. So, it pisses me off, but I was like, you know what? I want this so bad. We'll get it sorted out. Let's buy it again. So I click on the freaking year-long plan. We're going to buy it again. Probably going to piss my wife off, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, the repercussions will be worth it if I got to see Emergence. So I do it. And then it says, you already are a member. You already have a subscription. So it's like reboot or something like that. It gives you something else to click on. I do that. So it should be good. And then it's right back to the same exact thing. So it's telling me I have a subscription. It's telling me I'm a member of TNA Plus. Then it's still all locked. I can't get to any of the stuff. I finally got a hold of customer support. Of course, email chain back and forth because there's not enough. I sound like I'm, get off my lawn. That's who I sound like right now because there's not a phone number I can call. I sound like a freaking grandpa. I was going to come up with a really funny grandpa name right there, and then my mind went blank, so give me a break. Anyway, what ends up happening here is I get pissed off because I don't have a 1-800 number to call. So we email back and forth, me and TNA support. Some very, very nice fella named Alessandro, whatever. So he tells me, he's like, there's nothing on that email that should be your membership. I'm like, yes, I know that. I get that, but it's telling me I'm a member. And then he tells me, but that you're not a member because it doesn't show it. Well, every fucking time I click on it, it's telling me that I'm a member. So Anyway, I don't know what to do. I haven't seen Impact from Thursday night. I now know everything that happened on Impact. I don't know everything from Emergence. Haven't got to see Emergence. Could I pirate it? Yeah, I could, and I might do that later. Not to say that I would do something illegal like that, But and actually, I'm not a pirate guy. I don't do that. I did a long time ago, but that's not. I do it the right way because that's the right way. When you try to do good things so good things come onto you and all that stuff. So you play by the rules, and then what ends up happening? You get fucked out of your TNA app. That's what ends up happening. So anyway, I haven't watched Emergence. I do know a few things that happen. I'm not going to go down it because honestly, without me putting eyes on it, it's not worth me talking about. Just because I don't have I don't really have an opinion on it. The one thing I wanted, Trick Williams kept the TNA title. We do know that. I don't know any of the story of that match. I don't know how it went down. I just know that he won, and how can I give something on that? So I'm just going to back on out of TNA right now. Not forever. What I just say like 3 weeks ago. I think TNA is my favorite thing I'm watching on television right now. Like literally out of all of it, that's shifting obviously right now because I can't watch the damn thing. But I'm not down on TNA. It's not like I'm saying I'm giving up on TNA. I hope by the end of the night I can figure out how to watch Emergence so I can watch it tomorrow because I'm not watching it tonight because of Collision. Super excited for Collision tonight, by the way. We're getting the intro for the first time on AEW television. Fucking Bullet Club, baby. Ace Austin. All right. TNA, he's not with TNA anymore. I hated that. I actually thought that Ace would have a shot to end up in the WWE after the TNA stuff. But obviously, we see that now he's AEW, and he'll make his debut tonight on Collision. So super excited for that. Plus, guys, we got Triplemania tonight. AAA out of Mexico. Triplemania. WWE has fingerprints all over this card. Right, so it's going to be a good night there, and that's kind of my plan of attack tonight is to watch some Triplemania. Probably watch Collision first, and then check up on Triplemania. It's on YouTube, by the way, on the WWE subscription of YouTube. Check that out if you can. Collision, TNT tonight, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. But last night, we did have some stuff happen that I got to talk about. I just realized I went to grab my drink. You guys know, like I always do, and I grabbed my drink, and I just literally come back up with nothing. So, yeah, I left that in the kitchen. Cool. Anyway, do have some stuff to talk about with SmackDown last night. It was okay. It was average. Had some decent moments. Had some good moments. Had some meh. I don't think anything really sucked. I scored it a C plus. Because that's where I thought it was, and I'm saying that as nice and kind as I possibly can. All right, because to be honest with you, it might have not even been C plus work, but there were some good things that carried it. So let's get to SmackDown. Live from Boston. Here's the one thing I wanted to say. Live from Boston. Was it weird for anyone else to realize that we were live from Boston and that John Cena wasn't there? Like, I know that Cena, it looks like he's going to close out in December. And I think that that's actually a Boston show in December. So we know that's going to be the last ride. I don't know. You're at, he's billed West Newbury, Massachusetts, right? West Newbury, Massachusetts, John Cena, blah, blah, blah. It's just a suburb of Chicago, basically. Or Chicago. I'm so stupid today. My brain, I told my wife earlier, my brain is failing me, right? That's how I feel this weekend. My brain is failing me. We'll get it back because I am the smartest man alive. No, we'll figure it out. As you get older, you get stupider. Just happens. Ask anyone. Nah, we're not going there. Anyway, let's get back to the wrestling, okay? John Cena not being in Boston doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. And honestly, this show needed John Cena. I don't know. What was he got? 11 appearances left, and it's August. He's done in May. So what we got? September, October, November, December. 4 months, 11 appearances. I don't know how this is going to. Clash in Paris is going to be one. All right. So assuming that he'll be at the SmackDown the night before Clash in Paris. All right. There's 2. Will he be at the Raw? I think it's Glasgow, maybe. Or I could be confusing, excuse me, with AEW stuff coming up in Europe as well. But anyway, will he be at the Raw? I don't know, maybe. But Perth, Australia, we know we're going to get that. So boom, just for sure, right there, we're getting 3 appearances. That takes us down, right? Now we're talking only 8 appearances left, and you know the last one he's going to be at. So boom, that takes you to 7. Pay-per-views or PLEs rather coming up. That's going to take you down a few more. I don't know. It's it's weird for me to think about how these appearances are going to get and end up kind of smoothing out. It's even weird to me to think about who these final opponents are going to be coming up. You know, we got Logan Paul in Paris. We know we're getting Brock Lesnar again coming up soon. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. One would have thought it would have been Paris until Monday night, but and I will be going my weekend review tomorrow, so I'll get you caught up on all of that. But I don't know. It's just odd not seeing Cena at a Boston show. It didn't work for me. But we open up with Solo and the MFT. I loved the presentation of the MFT. I loved how they looked coming out. Solo at the head, wearing the suit jacket, wearing the suit, belt shining huge, and then everybody surrounding him with Paula Tonga in the back behind him, all of them dressed in basically looking ready to kick ass. Not wrestling gear, right? But they're in the MFT shirts. I just thought the way they surrounded Solo with like that triangle, Solo in the front, I don't know. It just really looked good. That presentation was damn awesome. And Solo did a great job. I'm loving Solo's work right now. I can't be any bigger on it. This is the best Solo Sikoa we've ever seen, guys, regardless of what you think. He's doing freaking fantastic work. And he comes out and he basically says, the Blue Brand's got nothing for me anymore. It has nothing for me. Now, remember, MFT made an appearance Monday night on Raw, kind of screwed Sami Zayn again. So you're knowing that that's going to be maybe a possible story moving forward, especially with Sami being known now not to be in that title picture moving towards Paris. It's going to be Jay. So what comes for Sami next? Well, boom, Solo's talking his shit, talking down the Blue Brand. He's running the show. Basically, the MFT run the Blue Brand, which, by the way, they are the strongest faction in the Blue Brand. Okay. However, there might be a little bit more coming from that. Wyatt 6. Can't wait. You saw the Eric Rowan stuff with Talatong in the background. Ooh, that got me. But Sammy comes out and he basically lets everybody know, I am now a part of the Blue Brand. And he tells Solo, thank you. He says, you know what? I appreciate you. You took my last chance. You took my chance at the world title away. And I appreciate it because now I don't have that clouding my head anymore. Now I can focus on other things. And there is another belt in the WWE that Sami Zayn hasn't held. It's the U.S. Championship. Boom. Storyline. That's how things are done. Now we're going to get Sami Zayn not only against Solo Sikoa, but against the whole MFT. Guys, I've said it before. I'll say it again. No one fights from underneath better than Sami Zayn. Ever, ever, ever. All right? I love the fact that Sami Zayn is one of the greatest underdogs of all time. That is going to do nothing but help the MFT, and it's going to springboard Sammy. The question is does Sammy upend Solo in this title run? I don't know. Signs point to yes, says the Magic 8 Ball, but at the same time, I need one of those. I need one of those for right here. We can do predictions, and that would be fun. I'm buying a Magic 8 Ball for the show. Can I take that on my taxes? So, anyway, I really enjoyed it. Saying he ruined the title shot, but giving him the opportunity to do something that he thinks might be even bigger and better for him. And, that's a good way to look at things. But overall, before it was all over with, Sammy gets the beat down. Big Jim comes down, gets a little offense in. Big Jim gets the beat down. And then Jacob Fatu comes down, kind of cleans house a little bit. And then we get the match set up. Main event, we're going to get MFT in a 6-man tag. He didn't say who it was going to be. Versus Sami Zayn, Big Jim, Jacob Fatu. Love the storytelling that these guys did throughout the backstage stuff. Regardless, both sides, the Sammy crew with Jacob Fatu, the Fatu crew, we'll say, and the solo stuff. I mean, both sides backstage did great work. I thought it was a really, really good piece and a hell of a way to start the show. It goes very downhill from this point forward, to be honest with you. Main event was good. It was rushed, but the main event was good, which was this 6-man tag that we're talking about. But I thought from this point forward, everything really felt rushed, guys. Next matchup, we had Alexa Bliss coming out. She's going to take on Piper Niven. Now, I'm going to tell you, there were a lot of stuff going on in this match. Lots of stuff going on, whether it be the Chelsea Green stuff, whether it be the Charlotte Flair stuff. I still think Alba Fire might be the most underrated woman not named Willow Nightingale in all of professional wrestling. Piper and Alexa had a great little battle. Their match was good. But man, the crowd sucked. Like, the loudest pop of this match was Lily, the doll that Alexa Bliss carries. When Alexa turned around to the crowd and held up Lily, that was the biggest pop that whole match. One of the biggest pops of the night. That says shit, right? And I just didn't enjoy it. I thought that the crowd kind of sucked. Maybe it was because they were pissed off John Cena wasn't there. The crowd was sucked. They sat on their hands. I will say this, though. This match itself was pretty good. And the direction of this match and this story could be pretty good. Are we going to get, Charlotte and Alexa, tag champions? Are we going to get tag team title stuff between the Secret Hervis? Is Chelsea maybe going to be involved in that? Like, the direction, and there's a lot of possibilities here, I think. I think this could be a really good story. I think this could be a really good feud. I mean, hell, first off, I'm getting to see Chelsea in a feud involving Charlotte. Like, that's bucket list shit for me. So, like, I think that I think this match and the possibility of this story, solid, good, could have the potential to be great. The way the crowd reacted to this match made it flat. And that's why I always say there's so much. What's the first thing I always talk about when I recap these shows? First thing I mention every time I recap a show, I talk about the crowd. Because yeah, there might be 3 men in the ring, right? We might have a babyface, a heel, and a referee, but none of that works unless that fourth involvement is worth a shit, and that's the crowd, right? That's where the emotion is at. And I thought that the crowd cost this match. I really did. But it also can say that I'm super excited to see where it goes, to see what can come of this, right? The other thing here before it was all over with, Secret Hervis had their way. Alexa goes over. She beats Piper. There's a beatdown after, and they beat the shit out of Charlotte. But I wanted to say this. I thought Charlotte looked extra strong after this match. Throwing off the heels, jumping in the ring, kicking lots of ass until the numbers got her. 3-on-2 was going to take care. At one point, it's 3-on-1. I thought Charlotte came across looking very, very strong. All right. What else did we get? Mello Don't Miz. I love the fact that we're getting Miz a little bit on television. I love the fact that we're getting Mello a little bit on television, but this piece didn't work. All right. I even kind of like them as a tag. I even kind of like the friction that they're showing between them. That's good storytelling. But this here itself, tonight or last night rather, it didn't really work. I don't know why. Fraxium was fantastic. By the way, Mello Don't Miz goes over Fraxium. You guys remember when Fraxium was getting all the hype? Now all of a sudden they're just they're gatekeepers again, I guess. But I thought Axiom was the superstar of this match. I really did. He looked great. And that damn Spanish fly he did off the middle rope was that was high level shit. So really, really good. The match was Axiom was very good. I did enjoy the Wyatt Six having some spookiness about him. Also kind of giving back to that story when they first broke in and had those issues with Miz. That was kind of fun, but all in all, this was a flop for me. I didn't think it was good, and it sucks because I'm so big on seeing the Miz on television. I think he's so worthwhile, and I want Mello to kind of start getting a springboard to get this character where it needs to be. This did neither of them any favors except for the fact that they got TV time. I mean, it is what it is. All right. Then it became Tiffy time. All right, backstage. I just hit my watch and then it like flashed at me. I thought it was my life before my eyes. Tiffy time backstage. You know, she's gotten having this little discussion with Nick Aldis and Jade Cargill, and then who walks in? Nia Jax. Don't you get the feeling that you've heard this song before? Right? I mean, it feels like the song has happened. Like the verses and the chorus all sound the same, right? And then so we have a little interaction with Jade, have the interaction with Nia. Then Jade has the interaction with Nia, and then Tiffy walks out. Tiffy time, I get it. And then she has this little thing that she has going on with Julia. What do we have here? I, I don't know. I don't know. Is Julia going to be the next one? Her advisor says so, right? Kiana James. And by the way, I'm loving Kiana James as this advisor role for Julia. She tried to get Tiffy on their side, and what we're going to end up getting is probably Tiffy versus Julia. It'll be a great match. Julia being the U.S. title holder. I don't know if that's the move you make. I don't know if this is Goldberg versus Hollywood Hogan again. But at the same time, like, I don't know. There's some possibility for some good stuff here. So, but the segment didn't work because it's the same old shit at the beginning. Like, I love the Kiana James interaction with Tiffy. I love the possibility of Julia and Tiffy, but we're really doing this Jade Cargill thing and the Nia Jax thing all again. I mean, again, I said it before, I'll say it again. I haven't heard this song before. All right, let's get it back. All right, let's get back to something decent. Something decent. Actually, let me just say something amazing. Montez Ford. All right. Street Profits go over DIY. I only enjoyed Montez Ford. Uh, you ever see have a move that hits in a match and it misses so bad it just kind of ruins the match? And I hate to be this way, and I know I'm nitpicking, and I know some people probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but there was one point in time where Angelo Dawkins went to kick Tommaso Ciampa in the corner. I don't know if it was an enziguri or a pump kick, but he goes to kick Tommaso Ciampa in the corner, and he missed him by a damn foot. Like, missed him by a foot, but Ciampa sold the shit out of that. And I get it. Like, that's your job. You got to sell. I understand all that. But you just sold something that was, you couldn't have found a camera angle where that didn't miss, right? There's no way. And WWE does such a good job at covering up some misses like that. I will never call those botches. I hate that damn word, right? But that was a miss. And he missed him by a foot, and Ciampa freaking act like his head gets kicked off his shoulders, and then there's no camera angle to save it. And from that point on, the match was dead to me. I thought Angelo Dawkins struggled a little bit in this match. I thought Montez Ford was outstanding. I always think Montez Ford is outstanding. I don't know. I hate to be this guy, but I would love to see a split here. I really would. I would love to see Montez Ford in a singles run because I truly think it could be something special. I truly think that Montez Ford is something special. I told my wife last night, I said, I only think there's one person in wrestling, maybe in the history of wrestling, that is more athletic in ring than Montez Ford, and it's Javon Evans, who's going right now in NXT. I'll stand by that. You know, Kevin Knight and AEW's up there pretty high. I know you could come up with a really good list. Takeshita I would put up there as high level athlete as well. AEW, a little different body style, but man, Montez Ford does special things that you don't see other people doing. The height he gets on the frog splash, the speed that he runs the ropes, the vertical he gets on the freaking dives. Like I don't know. I think it's time to let Montez Ford just shine. I really do. And all that match did last night was assure me that I'm right on that. Now, again, you may disagree with me, which would make you wrong, and that's okay. But at the same time, like, it's time. It's time. And I know I'm not an Angelo Dawkins hater, but I feel like maybe the single route, maybe the split is what he needs as well. I just don't know. There's something there, but right now it's not clicking, and it could be just because of the tag team mess that we've had recently, which at times has been excellent and at times has been kind of wonky. We'll see. We'll see what happens here, guys. We've got about 5 minutes remaining here, so I need to really speed up. R-Truth, he had a backstage moment. He was super happy about Cena. He gets interrupted by Aleister Black, and then R-Truth changes from R-Truth to Ron Killings, and I like that, man. It was like almost Like, you guys remember this? I go from man to machine. Over the top, like the greatest movie that's ever been made, takes two so important things. Like you have such great stuff. You have, obviously truck driving is kind of second standard, but you're dealing with some major stuff here. You're dealing with arm wrestling and child custody, right? So how could you not love it? But that's kind of what the Ron Killings thing was to me, turned into a machine like Stallone did there. We're gonna get R-Truth versus Aleister Black in Europe, I'm sure. If they use this as a building point for Aleister, I'm fine with. Plus, if you remember, these two fought a few weeks ago, and it was basically a squash match for R-Truth, and that shit ain't cool because Aleister Black could be the heel that you're looking for right now because the WWE is in need of heel work, right? They got great heel work last night out of Drew McIntyre, though, because Drew McIntyre's promo was absolutely fire. He's the best heel going in WWE right now if Logan Paul's not on television. Uh, WWE is in need of heels. All right, they are. So don't let this Aleister Black thing go. By the way, the Drew promo, not going to spend much time on it here. I already have. That's about all you're going to get, but outstanding. It wasn't as good as Bailey's, so it's not going to be promo of the week, but it might get runner up. Let's see here. Gets us to our main event, guys. Sammy, Big Jim, Jacob Fatu. They end up going over the MFT, My Family Tree. The three that ended up going was Solo, Tonga Loa, and JC Mateo. Tala Tonga on the outside being the enforcer that he is. They're making him look really strong. But that segment in the back where he turned around and Eric Rowan was back there, he didn't look so strong then. So, that might be fun. We'll see what goes with it. Those two, Wyatt Six and the MFT, have to link up at some point, right? Battle of Factions. I don't know. So anyway, we are getting close here. The main event was good. I thought everyone looked really good in this match. Uh, the finish was a little rushed, and that happens on SmackDown sometimes because of timing. So it's not nothing that I'm going to be upset about. I will say this: there's a lot more to come with this story, especially now adding in the Sami Zayn versus Solo stuff that we're gonna get for the U.S. title. Because let's not forget, Jacob Fatu was chasing that U.S. title not long ago. Him and Solo just had the cage match, right? So does he still have feelings? There was some animosity in this match between the two. I thought they played that really, really well. And then at the end, man, the freaking good guys go over. Sammy and Jacob embrace. This could get a lot of fun. This could be a lot of fun. I like the idea of Jacob Fatu along with Big Jim and the honorary Oos Sami Zayn. Like, we could really get some legs out of this. So I can't wait to see where it goes. So, again, all in all, I thought the show was okay. Scored it a C plus. I was just happy that I got to watch some wrestling last night. Thanks a lot, TNA. All right, tonight, guys. I mentioned we got Collision tonight. It's live, or it's not live. It's pre-taped from Cincinnati. We are getting Ace Austin, baby. I cannot wait to see Ace Austin. Get well soon, Chris Bay. If things could, oh my God, just imagine. That's all I'm gonna say. But we're seeing Ace Austin and Ricochet tonight. We got that big fatal four-way tonight between Nigel McGuinness, Daniel Garcia, Hechicero, Lee Moriarty. The winner of that is going to face off with my man Zack Sabre Jr. at Forbidden Door for the IWGP title. That's the World Championship for New Japan, for those not in the know. What else we get? We're getting Paragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong versus Blake Christian, Lee Johnson. We got a women's fatal four-way for $100,000 with Julia Hart, Penelope Ford, Chris Statlander, and Anna Jay. It's going to be a good night. I know we're getting some tag action between, we got Moxley and Yuta tagging up tonight. Should be a pretty good night of Collision, all right? Also, I'd be a fool if I didn't mention Triplemania tonight. AAA in Mexico City. We're getting Dirty Dom. He's going to win that Mega Championship tonight. El Hijo de Vikingo defending his Mega Championship against Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and El Grande Americano. We're getting Lola Vice tagging up with Hamburguesa and Mr. Iguana to take on the Judgment Day and Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Raquel Rodriguez. Who else we got here? Latin American Championship is going to be on the line with El Masia versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner. We're getting Natty is going to go. I don't remember who she's challenging off the top of my head. Who's the championship here? Flamer and Fabi versus Natty tonight as well, guys. The AAA stuff is going to be loaded. It's on YouTube, not YouTube TV. It's on YouTube. Look up the WWE stuff, or just put in AAA Triplemania, and you should be able to find it, guys. And I'll recap some of this tomorrow. We'll also have our week in review tomorrow for the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. And guys, I appreciate y'all joining us. Hopefully, I'll get some TNA stuff back for you soon. I know you're chomping at the bit for it. But thanks for joining us here on the Slow Burn, where all professional wrestling storylines live.